In the darkness of night, a young mother's cries echoed through an empty clinic. Alone and terrified, she brought new life into the world without the comfort of medical assistance or a loving hand to hold. This is the heart-wrenching story of a woman who faced one of life's most profound moments in complete isolation, a victim of circumstances beyond her control. Imagine the fear, the pain, and the overwhelming sense of vulnerability as she lay there, her body racked with contractions, knowing that help would not come. The cold, sterile walls of the clinic seemed to close in around her as she fought through each wave of pain, praying for strength and guidance. This brave mother's ordeal was not just a personal tragedy, but a stark reminder of the harsh realities faced by many in our communities. The Dudula attacks on clinics have left countless individuals without access to essential healthcare, forcing them into desperate situations that no one should ever have to endure. As her baby's first cries pierced the air, tears of joy mingled with those of anguish. She had done it, she had brought her child safely into the world. But at what cost? The trauma of this experience would leave scars that run deep, a constant reminder of a system that failed her in her hour of need. This mother's story is not unique. It is a reflection of a broader crisis, one that threatens the very fabric of our society. Families torn apart, lives put at risk, and the most vulnerable among us left to fend for themselves. The impact of these attacks reaches far beyond the walls of clinics, touching every aspect of community life. Think of the countless other mothers-to-be, filled with anticipation and hope, now gripped by fear as they approach their due dates. Will they to be forced to face this most precious and precarious moment alone? The uncertainty hangs heavy in the air, a cloud of anxiety that no expectant parent should have to bear. We must ask ourselves, how have we come to this? In a world where medical miracles are performed daily, how can we allow such basic human rights to be denied? The contrast between the joy of new life and the harsh reality of these circumstances is a painful reminder of the work that lies ahead. As we listen to this mother's account, we are called to action. Her voice, trembling with emotion, speaks for all those who have been silenced by fear and intimidation. It is a plea for compassion, for understanding, and for immediate change. The Dudula attacks represent more than just a threat to healthcare access. They are an assault on our shared humanity, a challenge to the very values we hold dear as a society. Each locked clinic door, each empty waiting room is a testament to the breakdown of the systems meant to protect and nurture our communities. Imagine the strength it took for this mother to share her story, to relive those terrifying moments for the sake of raising awareness. Her courage in the face of such adversity is a beacon of hope, a rallying cry for all those who believe in the power of unity and compassion. As we reflect on her experience, we are forced to confront uncomfortable truths about the world we live in. How many more stories like hers remain untold? How many lives have been forever altered by the ripple effects of these attacks? The impact extends far beyond the immediate crisis. Children born under such circumstances may face long-term health consequences. Families may struggle with the emotional aftermath for years to come, and communities may lose faith in the institutions meant to serve them. But amidst the darkness, there is light. This mother's resilience, her unwavering love for her child, and her determination to speak out are powerful reminders of the strength of the human spirit. Her story has the power to move hearts, to change minds, and to inspire action. We must ask ourselves what kind of society we want to be, one that turns a blind eye to the suffering of its most vulnerable members, or one that stands united in the face of injustice, that fights tirelessly to ensure that no mother ever has to endure such an ordeal again. The choice is ours, every voice raised in support, every act of kindness towards those affected, and every demand for change brings us one step closer to a world where such stories are relegated to the past. As we listen to the soft coos of a newborn, miraculously healthy despite the circumstances of their birth, we are reminded of the preciousness of life. We are called to protect it, to nurture it, and to create a world where every child is born into safety and love. This mother's nightmare is a wake-up call. It is a challenge to each of us to examine our own hearts, to reach out to those in need, and to work tirelessly for a future where healthcare is a right, not a privilege threatened by violence and fear. Her tears, her pain, and her triumph are now part of our collective conscience. They compel us to act, to speak out, and to stand firm in our belief that every life is precious, every mother deserves care, and every child deserves a safe start in life. As we close our eyes and picture that lonely clinic room, let us vow to fill it with light, with hope, and with the unwavering support of a community that refuses to let such injustice stand. Let this mother's story be the catalyst for change, the spark that ignites a movement of compassion and action. For in her courage we find our own, in her resilience we see the strength of the human spirit, and in her love for her child, born against all odds, we are reminded of the power of life itself to overcome even the darkest of circumstances. This is not just one mother's story, it is our story. A story of a community at a crossroads, faced with a choice between apathy and action, between fear and hope. Let us choose wisely, for the future of countless mothers and children hangs in the balance. As we move forward, let the memory of this mother's ordeal fuel our determination. Let it inspire us to build a world where no woman has to face childbirth alone, where no family has to live in fear of seeking medical care, and where the miracle of new life is always met with joy, support, and the highest quality of care. Together, we can turn this nightmare into a catalyst for positive change. We can transform pain into purpose, fear into courage, and isolation into community. This is our challenge, our responsibility, and our opportunity to create a better world for all mothers, all children, and all families. Let us begin today with open hearts and unwavering resolve to ensure that this mother's story becomes a turning point in our collective history, a moment when we said no more to injustice and yes to a future where every birth is a celebration, every mother is supported, and every child is welcomed into a world of love, safety, and unlimited potential.